If you have your name on the barrel of a gun, you might be gun nut. Right. Ouch. I'm glad that wasn't me. That would hurt. How are you completely safe with one of these? Move up here a little bit. How are you, how do you observe all the safety rules? Because with these crazy things, you find yourself swinging the barrels around, pointing at yourself and other people. You know they're empty. It's still, though, you get a weird feeling doing it sometimes. It doesn't seem right sometimes. So John and I were talking about some ways to make sure that you're totally safe with it. You release the barrel. One thing I kind of like to do is just kind of spin it around like that. Make sure it's pointed to the ground, and it's not really pointed at anybody. Break it loose. You fired it too, of course. And you can make sure the safety's on. But there's no doubt you just fired 2 shots. But still, if you want to keep that thing away from pointing at people, there's one way to do it. And of course, eject your empties. John likes another method. He likes, after you fire it, bam, bam, to just leave the barrels where they are. You just break up the bottom, put 2 more in there, close her up, shoot her again. And I may develop that myself. Depends on how much I shoot it. We'll say that would be a little more difficult to do with a shorter barrel, okay? I brought some of these out here again, a couple of barrels, I think a couple that I didn't have before, just to show you this thing. Like I say, I do have a love-hate relationship with these. I don't see myself ever carrying the thing, but I like them. I don't know. And I guess every firearm doesn't have to have a purpose. Obviously, those of us with more than one firearm would have a hard time justifying some of the firearms we have. But there's something about the stainless steel and these dumb things and the look of them. Maybe it's the cowboy in me or something. They just harken back to the Wild West or something, and they seem to be made well. Even if you do carry one of these for self-defense, it's going to be a close proposition, I hope. Well, let's shoot at that thing here. Let's see if we can hit near the bullseye. Oh, I flinched like crazy. There we go, that was better. That's not too bad. That barrel helps absorb some of the recoil, that 6-inch barrel. So that's not bad. Interesting. I know one thing I was going to do before we go to a different barrel too is we've got some Smart Aleck 2 liters, and I always like to hit 2 liters with shotgun shells anyway. And let's see what they do coming out of a Derringer. I think I've got a couple more here. Well, let's try those at a distance and see what happens. All right. That's what I figured. Try the other one. We just created a fountain. Nice. So that kind of tells you at that distance, you wouldn't want to be hit by it, but it's not exactly going to knock somebody over probably.